This is a podcast about having the courage and commitment to follow your dreams and live life on your own terms. Join us for important conversations about the stuff that matters most. It is possible to have it all. It just takes some reprogramming and the conscious, consistent decision to do the work. May this podcast help awaken your deepest self, that you may remember the infinite power you hold within and be a catalyst for change in your respective community and industry. It's time to shine. Rise, Lightworker, rise.
Welcome to another episode of Big Talk Light Talk. Today we have Ayn de la Cruz on the show, who is a writer, a meditation guide, and a Reiki healing practitioner. And I'm so happy that today we get the chance to just have a casual sit down chit chat. So thank you, Ayn, for being here and welcome to the show.
Thank you, Raya. Thank you for inviting me. So I'm very glad to be here. Thank you.
So tell us about your story, Ayn. How were you led on this path of yours? Or how did you find your purpose?
Sige, I'll start with again. Hi, I'm Ain. It's spelled Aine, like Einstein, but without the Stein. Ah, I started. Oh, so one thing is for sure. As a young girl, I always knew that there's a God. And then as I aged, I was I was concerned with the worldly things. So I became focused on the worldly stuff such as let's say school, and then there was a time that I became very bitter with life's challenges and circumstances. So that was around maybe I was 16. And then going into college, I was so angsty. I felt I had a lot of unprocessed emotions, even anger, sadness, repressed emotions. And then it when I started getting sick physically, so that started when I was 22. And then I thought my understanding why I was getting sick was on the physical level. Yeah, because I didn't have a good lifestyle. I just ate fast food, and I really ate heavily. I always ate fast food when I was in college. So parang almost every day I just consumed junk food, fast food. But when I turned 24, it's my spiritual healing journey started when I turned 24. I had a condition called pseudotumor cerebri. So according to the doctor, it mimics a real brain tumor. And then I asked God, God, bakit naman ganun? When I got sick in when I was 22, which by the way, I had my gallbladder removed, no. I started taking care of myself, and then I was sick again after a few years. And then I attended my first Reiki retreat. Shout out to Teacher Tonette. B432 Wellness. When I attended that session, I downloaded na Reiki is something that I want to practice. So, to cut the story short, when I got all these physical manifestations, I looked into the meditation aspect because I started meditating through YouTube. So I've been seeing videos. I followed those videos, and then nagtuloy-tuloy na like a domino effect. I found Reiki. I found Teacher Tonet. Shout out Teacher Isa. I found Teacher Isa. So eventually, Raya, I also found you. So kahit masakit yung physical ailments, yung physical, yung mga nangyari sa akin, the surgery, the whatever, I looked within, and then that's where I found yung journey ko. Yun, Reiki, pausing, it strengthened my relationship with God. Now I would say that I feel like more of myself, but I also want to remind myself and you and anyone who's listening, healing is a continuous journey. Hindi yung healed na ako now just because I found Reiki. It's an everyday thing that I choose it every day, you know. I choose to heal, but I continuously heal. Not just because I found Reiki, just because I meditate doesn't mean na that's the end of it. No, you have to sustain it and gawin natin siya continuously. Yun. Does that make sense?
So you started by meditating and you just
Yes.
found it through YouTube. You watched meditation videos. That's how you began.
Yes, that's correct. The guided
And then
ones, yeah.
the guided ones. And then you found that it helped you.
Yes.
And then eventually you discovered Reiki. How? Just through YouTube as well? Or someone introduced it to you?
That's a great question. I found Reiki in 2018 through my old boss. So I would like to, I don't know if she'll ever see this. I would like to send a shout out to Miss Slim. Thank you. I found Reiki through her. And then I met teacher Isa in 2018. Tapos I forgot about Reiki. And then in 2022, when I had the pseudotumor cerebri, I found teacher Tonette. And then I found teacher Isa after a few months or weeks. Yeah.
So when you say you found them, you availed of Reiki? You... Paano nangyari? Kwento mo.
Okay.
Para...
How I found them. Sige. I found teacher Tonette through Lulheta because she does Aruga a wellness retreat, a day retreat at Lulheta in Antipolo. So I found that on Instagram thanks to the algorithm. I found her through Instagram and then I joined the program. I'm so grateful to teacher Toret and to teacher Isla because during the Aruga session that I joined, the timeline was actually delayed because of me. Because I had a lot of questions, Raya. Because I had a one-on-one session with teacher Jen Visitacion and teacher Isla about sound healing. Because I had a session with them after the yoga session, the group yoga session, and then the group Reiki session. We had a choice to, I believe it was tarot reading to avail of the other services, no? So tarot and then sound healing. So I chose both, but I chose sound healing first. So we had a schedule. So you have to wait for your turn. But since I had a lot of questions, ang sobrang tagal ko, the other participants were delayed. But it was a running joke. Teacher Tunat was teasing me. We were delayed because of me. Because I had a lot of questions. I asked Teacher Isla, my palms are warm. But I realized it's disappearing. And he told me, hindi mo kasi ginagamit. That's why it's disappearing. The warmth is disappearing. The warmth of your palms. But Raya, then I knew I had to do something. Na parang I know then, that moment, I know I have something. I know I have this ability. But I didn't know how to use it, apply. I didn't know people who, well, except for my dad, because my dad has warm palms too. My dad studied reflexology. And I'd like to think that I got this from my dad. And so we're teasing each other. I'm joking with my dad that I got the healing powers from the yung warmth ng palm. So I got it from him. And then fast forward to the Aruga retreat. Teacher Isla told me na hindi mo kasi ginagamit. And then I replayed back the download I had when we were having the Reiki yoga session that I wanted to do Reiki. There's something greater than me that's pulling me to pursue Reiki. That's all I can explain. Because I vividly remember that moment. No, I was laying on the mat with my eyes closed that I want to pursue Reiki. It was a download that I meant to do Reiki. And so after that part of the session, I spoke with teacher Isla. I had a lot of questions, and then he told me, "You have a gift. You have to use it." And so I had my first Reiki one with teacher Tonet, and then after a few, I had Reiki 1 and 2 with teacher Tonet. And then when I was pursuing Reiki, yung studying Reiki, yung the 21 day you when you study Reiki, I just forgot the exact term. I had guilt. I had Catholic guilt prior. Because I was brought up Catholic. And well, I'm still Catholic, no. I was brought up Catholic. I go to church. Um, I was named after Our Lady. My legal name is Mary Ann, so I had a lot of guilt. That's when I found Teacher Isa because I remember she did a cleanse in my old office, like a Reiki cleanse. She cleansed one of our offices in my old job, and then I remember she pulled out the the cross of Saint Benedict, the necklace, the circle one, and then she brought out an image of Padre Pio. And then I remembered this lady, no, who did the Reiki cleanse, but she had religious Catholic images. And then thanks to the algorithm, I suddenly her profile was suggested to me. And then I sent her a message. I introduced myself. Hi, Miss Lilia. I don't know. We met 4 years. So this is in 2022, and then the first time I met her was in 2018. I don't know if you remember. And then I told her I've been having Catholic guilt. But you know what, Raya? Despite the guilt, I always pray to God. Na, God, if this thing will, kung ilalayo ko ng bagay na to sa'yo, huwag mo ituloy. Alisin mo ako dito. So, if this will hinder my relationship with you, please remove me from this situation. And then parang the stars aligned. So I found Teacher Isa. She invited me to join Reiki R, which is every Monday at 8 p.m. And then that's when I realized that I'm meant to be here. God wants me to be here. And also the constant reminder that Reiki just passes through us. The healing comes from God. We are vessels. So parang dun talaga na I'm at the right place at the right time. Yung heart ko felt at peace. Also, when I started meeting other Reiki practitioners, regardless kung anong religious denomination, no, I just enjoy hearing about yung miracles yung how the relationship with God developed, the miracles that they experience when they share their stories, no. It's very there's joy. I mean, when they light up and they share their stories, there's joy, and I'm reminded that I'm supposed to be here, that God willed me to be here. And ang pinaka-importante is just remember na it's God. It's not you. No? So, no, sometimes, no, as humans, um, we tend to be egotistical that, oh, magaling ako eh, kasi magaling ako. But what I love about Reiki is we serve God. It's from God. Oh, you're there. You get to share your talent, your modalities, your skills with other people. But at the end of the day, yung humility na, God, thank you for making me a vessel of your love. So that's what I love about Reiki and my journey. Siguro, when I got sick, that's when I discovered my life purpose, which is to serve God through Reiki, through sharing my talents, through sharing my skills, through writing in my humble blog in my corner of the internet, to connecting with people. I know we've known each other for a while na, Raya. I know naman that you notice that I'm always happy. I'm always smiling. So I remember when I was in college, I had a class. It's a religion class. I forgot the specific name of the class. And then we had a project. I can't remember what the project was about, but our concept was to interview ordinary people. So I interviewed the guard in school, and then there was a bookstore across Benilde. So there was a secondhand bookshop across my school. Um, it's in New Mall. It's under the stairs. So people who went to Benilde, siguro yung mga older, like they know what I'm talking about. There's an attendant there, so we also interviewed her. I remember we interviewed 10 people. And then when we were presenting, the professor asked, "What what can you give these people?" Parang ganun eh. I can no longer remember the exact question. And I told him, "Smile, smiling, kindness, greet them good morning." So parang ako, minsan I cringe because I'm always happy. Alam, when I was younger, parang lagi nila ako na I hated that I was always smiling because I felt that was a weakness when I was younger. I can keep a straight face, I always smile, but then now I realize, no, maybe that's my life purpose. It's to smile. Kasi we have a lot of problems, mahirap maging tao, but sometimes we forget to smile. I even forget to smile. I forget to laugh. But I realize na it's hindi lang lahat the what do you call this? The material things. I mean, sometimes yung kindness mo, like smiling at someone or greeting someone good morning, it can make the rest of your day. So that those small things, they really make me happy. So I would like to share that. Ako sometimes when people greet me good morning, saya ko na eh. Parang, wow, it's a good day. It's a good day to be alive. It's a good day
Wow.
to crush your goals. Kasi sometimes we don't know what people are going through. Na you just show them a bit of kindness. Yung
What
openness.
happened?
Mm,
What
go ahead.
changed? Kasi you said when you were younger, like when you were 16, you were angsty, you had a lot of anger. So, in your journey,
Mm.
like through your awakening, through your discovering of meditation, Reiki,
Mhm.
etc., that changed, that actually changed your disposition in life, would you say?
Yes. So, yes, with Reiki, when I discovered it and around 24 years old. But yung 16, yeah, I had a lot of, ano eh, sama ng loob, unprocessed emotions. But I always had faith in God. But sometimes the answer that I was looking for wasn't his version. There was sometimes when we want something, we want to go things to go our way. But God, he answered me, but not the way I wanted it. So I think through those experiences, I grew. I've had,
Nagtampo ka kay God
ah,
ever?
ano,
May times ba na nagtampo ka kay God?
great question. Yes, when I was 16, when my mom had cancer. So my mom had cancer when I was 16. Although that time I was telling myself, I was convincing myself, oh, I'm already an adult. But deep down, Raya, I was just a scared kid. What if my mom dies? Regardless if I was 16, I'm still young. So I asked God, God, bakit naman ganun? Of all people, why my mom? She's the kindest. If you know my mom, people who know my mom would say, she's really kind. She has a big heart. But God, why my mom? Yung unang oh, sorry, naiyak ako. But really, I asked God, God, why? It was difficult because I'm an only child. Although I have a foster sister, no. But I was an only child. I did not have anyone to process those emotions with. So it was buried because up a I had to put up a brave front because it was the first time I was seeing my mom so weak. And then because my dad's he's a funny guy. So he always masks everything with comedy. So I didn't really have that yung space to process what I was
Your
feeling.
emotions, yeah.
But I did ask God, but somehow the other part of me thought na it had to happen. Na okay, my mom has cancer, but we will push through it. Hindi kami papabayaan ng Diyos. I still
That
had that
faith.
mindset. Yes, but I also asked him, God, why? Alam mo, Raya, I wanted to get mad at God. Honestly, when I was young, when I was going through that. But there's a part of me na, hindi. Hindi kaya. Why would you get mad at God? Now that I'm talking about it, yeah, there were two parang voices in my head. The other one was questioning God. God, why my mom of all people? And then the second one knows that God will survive us, no? He will be with us through all throughout that experience. And I also had, yun yeah, at a young age, I was depressed, no? 16 then, because I was just transitioning from high school to college. I had, well, I don't know what we call them, maybe teenage hormones. I had really a lot of angst. No, I wanted to prove myself to the world. I wanted to excel in college because I thought na kasi I excelled in high school and I want to yung ego, no. I want to continue that. I want to finish college. I want to be in the dean's list because I want to get a high-paying corporate job. That's what I wanted to do until I was 22, no. Parang yung grit and hunger to be the best. I want a high paying job. I want to climb the corporate ladder. And when I was 22, I got sick. So that was the first time na yung it manifested physically. So my gallbladder was removed. The greatest lesson I learned there was I have to love myself. Na if I love others so much, bakit hindi ko ibigay sa sarili ko yung pagmamahal
So
na
you
yun?
were being too hard on yourself.
Yes, because I wanted to climb the corporate ladder. I want a high-paying job. I want to prove
You wanted
my
to prove
worth.
yourself to the world.
Yes, and with the managers that I work with, the bosses, my parents, no, myself, my ego, I wanted to prove that I'm smart. I can like if I was smart in school, I'm smart in real life too in the corporate setting. So I wanted that parang to continue na hindi lang ako school smart. I'm also life smart. I'm also work smart, no? And growing up, I had because I experienced no experience, but I know a lot of people who are high up that corporate ladder. And when I was younger, they were my role models. I want to be like that. I want to be like her. I want to be like him because they're professionals. I want a high paying job so I can go abroad. But then I got sick and I realized that hey, there's something's not adding up. Something's not right. I was driving myself to the ground to work, no? I would wake up early. Well, syempre traffic. So Filipinas also, no, I have to wake up early. I work 6 times a week. I loved others so much. And also now that we're talking about it, no, it was also my ego. I wanted those earthly acknowledgments. Would you say that? Like, hey, I'm a CEO. For example, lang, hey, I'm a CEO. Yung worldly titles, let's just say. I wanted those. When I got sick, I took a step back and I contemplated, "Hmm, what's this situation teaching me?" So then I realized that I loved people more than I loved myself. So I can't pour from an empty cup. And then the other thing was I was chasing worldly titles, worldly achievement. Yeah. So in that aspect, yes. And then after that, 22, so there was the pandemic. Um, I worked again in the corporate setting. So my job then so for the next 2 years was was in night shift. So I enjoyed those jobs. I worked with talented people, generous people. However, the time zone difference was messing up with my body. So I had syempre my hormones weren't okay. I was depressed too. I had suicidal, so trigger warning. I had suicide. Are we allowed to say that here?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Share
okay.
your story.
So I was depressed. I was having suicidal thoughts. No, I didn't also have a an outlet. So I had to work because it was pandemic time. So I had to work for not only for myself, for my family, and Raya as if it was round two of what I experienced when I was 22. Parang hindi ako natuto. I was driving myself to work to the ground once again. And then came 2022, I had the pseudotumor cerebri. And then I thought to myself, Ayn, what's this teaching you again? So mm, for the second time naman, it was not the achievements anymore, no, but more of the money, more of the, hey, because it was pandemic. So I was really concerned about my family, na had to work, of course, to cover our necessities. Because I worry a lot. I worry a lot about. Siguro ito yung I don't know if this is an only child or eldest child thing. Uh, people listening to this might say, "Don't worry about your parents," but there's fear when you're an only child, and that was COVID time. What if something happens to my mom or my dad? So I was always thinking that way that I have to save up, I have to have money if something happens to them. At least I have the means to help them. But this time kaya ganito pa yung mindset. I haven't discovered Reiki yet. And then I when I got sick, I had the headaches. I felt like something wasn't right. So beyond the medicine, I wanted to supplement the medicine with something more. So meditation, Reiki, and also right, to anyone who's listening to this, I'm not saying that Reiki solved all of my problems. Reiki sustains me, Reiki helps me to be a better version of myself. But I also had to unpack the repressed emotions. I also had to look within. I had to forgive myself why I did things in the past. For example, why I had to work a night, why I had to accept the night shift job. Let's just say, for example, I had to, although I don't want to work at night, so I had to forgive myself. I had to forgive my parents, for all the things that I did not understand when I was younger. I won't go into detail no what those things are, but sometimes when we're young, we look at ourselves as the victim, kawawa. And then as we grow old, as we mature, we realize why some things had to happen, why some things happened. So I also had to unpack that. And then
How did you do that?
the
How did you
unpacking.
unpack all of that? Just by yourself, or did you enlist the aid of someone else?
Great question. I think we'll always go back to 2022, okay? 2022 was a big year
Sounds like
of
a very big
healing.
year for you.
Oh, that's true. So I sought a therapist, Raya, because I was having suicidal thoughts from the unbalanced hormones, from my feelings, what I was going through emotionally. So in 20 sorry, I can no longer remember, but it was in January.
Were you
I
ever on
was
medication for your depression?
No, no
No.
medications.
No.
My one of my friends suggested for me to see a therapist, not a psychologist, during that time. So I still remember my first session with the therapist, and then I kept telling her, "Ang dami kasi. I have a lot of issues." So much so that I didn't know what to speak about first. Yeah, speak about. I didn't know which topic to bring up. So then I remember it was an hour-long Zoom consultation that it exceeded. And then I think if I remember correctly, we met several weeks. So after the first week, I met with her almost every week. And to anyone who's thinking about therapy, who's considering the thought of or the idea of going to therapy, go. Just go. You'll be surprised on what you'll discover. And also the other thing that helped me was journaling. When I was younger, Raya, I've always known that I wanted to be a writer. It's just that I was so afraid because oftentimes some people, well, yeah, some people think that when you're an artist, being an artist connotates that you don't have money, that you can sustain a living. That's why for the longest time, I was so afraid to pursue writing. And then again in 2020, no, I can't remember. 2023, I started the blog. So I told myself, I don't care if people actually read this. I just want to share stories. Stories that I'm passionate about, stories that close to my heart. I'm not here for the money. I just want to write. That's why I started the blog in 2023. So writing also helps me. So I'm still unpacking. Again, healing is a never-ending journey. So I just really feel more of myself when I write, when I tell these stories. Feeling ko akong ako yun eh. Yun yung life purpose ko, feeling ko. And I
To
always
inspire
enjoyed
other people also with your
it.
journey and with your own experiences and with what you're going through.
Yes.
Let's
You,
backtrack
mhm,
a little. Um, so these are modalities that you discovered, meditation, and that's why you're so passionate about it, and relaxation and Reiki. Um, kitang-kita with the way you were talking about it and describing it, how you were just brimming with so much passion. Um, can you explain to the others who might not be familiar with it, like what exactly is Reiki? And you also, as a Reiki healing practitioner
mhm.
who provides sessions for people, like what can they expect, or like what's so beneficial about it, and why should they, maybe experience it too for themselves?
Okay. Teacher. Diba? Reiki teachers, please don't come at me. But Reiki is it's a Japanese healing technique.
No, just in your, it doesn't have to be so formal kasi they can always look it up on Google. But,
Uh-huh.
just break it down for your average person, like in layman's terms. Like, what is
Okay.
it?
Uh-huh. Okay. So Reiki is energy healing. So it's a Japanese technique. It's energy healing. So the Reiki practitioner or healer hovers their palms to the client. So the healing, again, it comes from God, and the person who channels Reiki is just the channel or the conductor.
Conduit.
Yep.
So, what are the benefits of this modality? Stress release,
Yep.
anxiety reduction.
I would say the best one that really I personally experienced was stress release. So, because when I joined the Aruga retreat of Teacher Tonet, I remember that my I felt like I couldn't breathe. Oh,
This
there's a
was in
break.
2022 then, the
Yes, if
Aruga
I
retreat.
remember correctly. Yeah, 2022 because we met in Taginting, right? 22.
2023.
Oh
Ay,
no, sorry.
2022! Tama, we met in Taguinting 2022.
22?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah,
I know, no,
2022.
2023.
23. Okay. So, Aruga in 2023.
Wait lang. Aruga in 2023. Okay, wait
Wait,
lang. I'll just grab a
quick.
charger.
Go
Let's
ahead.
pause first.
Okay.
So, Taginting 2023 tayo nag-meet.
Yes. March. But the Aruga retreat was in January 2023.
Okay. Wow, so very fresh lahat yon nung nakilala kita.
Yes. Yes. But
Ah,
because I remember, I can't remember your exact words, okay? Because I remember when we met in Taginting, you said something along the lines of being at the right place at the right time. Because I can't remember what we were talking about. Because remember, we had an activity, the one after lunch. We had the activity with shout out Teacher Yayet. Teacher Yayet. So we
VMT.
had, yeah, so we had to form a circle. I think you sat next to me. Kasi malamig dun sa una mong inuupuan. And then you said something along the lines of being at the right place at the right time. And then I was thinking to myself, I agree with what you said. Diba? Going back to what I was saying earlier when we started, it felt right. It felt right when I was there. It felt like I was meant to be here. I was meant to meet these people. I was meant to discover this, like, yeah, let's say, Reiki sound healing. I was meant to experience this. I was meant to meet you, Teacher Yaya, Teacher Donette. So, I was meant to be there. Basically, yun. Pero I'm still fascinated that when I reminisce and look back, you said something about being at the right place at the right time.
Wow,
So,
so much growth in your journey, and I can attest to your healing energy and your Reiki. And even if it's just online or virtual, it's really powerful and you can really feel it.
thank you. Thank you,
So
God.
you, thank you, God. So you also mentioned writing and journaling to as a way for emotional wellness, and
Yes.
that's your experience in it. You have a blog. Would you like to invite people in case they want to join or they're interested in subscribing?
Yes. So, to anyone who would like to um read about my misadventures, my adventures and my shenanigans. No, my adventures. I have a blog. So it's instantaneous.substack.com. So that's AINESTANTANEOUS dot substack substack.com. So that's the old platform. But now I have a website. Drum roll. So
Ooh.
thanks. It's instantaneous.com. Again, that is AINESTANTANEOUS.com. So on instantaneous, I'm so grateful. Shout out to my friends, Jamie and Coach Gerard, Hiraya Studios. Because Hiraya, they believe in my dream. They helped me with the website. So I would like to thank them. And if you or anyone who needs help with your website needs, check out this is hirayastudios.com. So THISIRAYASTUDIOS.com. This is hirayastudios.com. So if you need help with your website, um, tell them Jamie, Coach Gerard, Ayn sent me. Also, on my blog, sorry, I forgot. You can subscribe to my newsletter. So you'll be able once you subscribe, you will be able to receive the blog posts that I publish. My Reiki Instagram, it's Third Wellness. Okay.
Bakit hindi mo na gawin instantaneous na rin yung IG?
I haven't my personal one is instantaneous on Instagram. I also have an
Ah,
Instagram. It's Instantaneous. And then for the Reiki account, it's Third Wellness. So that's THIRD.wellness.
so hiniwalay mo pala siya.
Yeah, when I started. But I really like the instantaneous. So I'm also still figuring out my like
Maybe you
my
can merge it.
brand. Yeah, maybe like my brand or the persona that who I really am. But I'm sure that I'm really instantaneous. It's just that I'm not sure should I merge the Reiki with instantaneous. But on the website, there's a tab that says Reiki. You can schedule a Reiki session with me via the website too.
Why instantaneous, if I may ask?
Great question. Okay, let's go back in time to
Mahaba
13-year-old
pala.
old Ein. Oh, girl, 'pag ako mahaba-haba yung mga sagot. Daming ina-unpack hanggang ngayon nag-a-unpack pa.
Sulit
2020.
sa'yo mga therapist, ah.
Oo nga, may overtime pa feeling ko. Okay. So, great question. Why instantaneous? I wanted a unique Twitter handle. That was the reason. Because I think I was 13 when I made that Twitter account. By the way, I'm not on X or on Twitter, but my Twitter is or X. I don't know if they deleted it, but it's instantaneous. I think the last time I opened that was in 2020 or 20. Yeah, I was in college and then I stopped because I'm not really into Twitter. Anyway, I wanted something unique because I remember my classmates had a unique username. I just didn't want to be Ayn de la Cruz. I wanted something. And then I remember I created the account on our family computer. And then suddenly the word instantaneous popped up on my mind. Uy, instantaneous. Oh my gosh, instantaneous. So wala na yun na. Akin na yun. If I could trademark it, I would. Okay. Do you think I can trademark? I don't know. But if I could, I would. So naisip ko, uy, this is unique. This is me. Parang,
Ano ibig sabihin ng instantaneous for those
kasi
who
diba,
don't know?
instantaneous means like fast. Okay, let's do a quick Google search. But if I remember, instantaneous means fast. Okay, so instantaneous means occurring or done in an instant or instantly. Existing or so in physics, it means existing or measured at a particular instant. I don't, I don't know if that relates to me. I don't know. I just like the sound of it.
You just like
Instantaneous. Yeah,
instantaneous.
it's unique.
Okay. How would you like to end this episode?
How would I like to end this episode? Just remember, no, that whatever you're going through, offer it to God. If you want to ask God questions. Because Raya, I wrote a blog post. I want to end this session tying that up. In that blog post, I interviewed the priest. So I asked the priest, what can you tell young ones, especially those who want to come home to God, but they don't know how. They really want to rekindle or start a relationship with God, but they don't know how. He said was to ask questions, and I totally agree. Remember when I was telling about my experience when my mom got sick? I asked God, but Raya, that was not an easy question because I was scared of God. But then with all of the fear, with all of the uncertainty, I asked God, why my mom? Of all people to have cancer. Why my mom? She has the biggest heart. She's so kind. And I believe God answered me. God answered me. Why my mom? She was able to, she's 11 years cancer free. So we were able to go through that. We were able to survive that. So, of course, with the help of the doctors, with the help of medicine. But by God's grace, we were able to close that chapter of our lives. So I want to close the today's session by saying that don't be afraid to ask questions. God placed our brains on top of our heads for a reason. He wants us to use our knowledge, our skills, our talents to help others, but especially to help ourselves. But don't forget to help with love and compassion, with kindness. So help yourself. It's not a selfish thing to do. We can't pour from an empty cup. We help others. We help them with compassion, love, and kindness. And don't be afraid to ask questions. God wants us to ask questions. Ask questions. Kaya nga, di ba, we're, we're beings with brains. No? He wants us to ask. Hindi niya tayo binigyan ng talino para hindi natin gamitin. But I would also want to remind people, let's use it responsibly with love, with kindness, and with compassion. That's, yeah, that's about.
Would you like to, I don't know, I just feel cold
Okay.
all of a sudden. Would you like to end with like a sample where we can give our listeners a bit of meditation and Reiki for those who might be feeling overwhelmed or stressed or at the moment? I don't know. It's
Yeah,
just an idea.
sure. All right. Raya, and to you, my dear listener, I invite you to gently close your eyes, roll your shoulders back if you feel called to, or you may move them side to side just to loosen up the muscles a bit. First off, I want to thank you for allowing me to hold space this moment. I'm so, so grateful. And I want to remind you that whatever you're going through, remember that you are loved, you are supported, and you are guided. So we take deep breath. So we inhale, exhale, and then we inhale one more time, and then we exhale. Lastly, again, we inhale, and then we exhale. So to you, my dear listener, if you feel overwhelmed, you have tasks, you have to-do lists, you don't know what to put first, you don't know what to do first, you don't know what to accomplish first. Remember that God wants us to achieve the desires of our heart. He placed our dreams, our goals, and aspirations in our hearts for a reason. And that reason is to achieve it. If you if you're wondering, how can I achieve this house? How can I buy this car? How can I pay my debts? No? Remember, don't worry about the how. Surrender it to God. Surrender it to God. Then He will show you the next step. He will show you the next step. Believe that He will show you the next step. Can we come home to our bodies by inhaling and exhaling 3 times? I want to end the short pausing session, no? The coming home to our bodies. I like calling it coming home to our bodies because life is so busy. A lot of things vie for our attention that we forget to come home to our breaths, that we forget to come home to our bodies. I'd like to end it by saying the 5 Reiki precepts. These precepts, I come home to these precepts whenever I feel anxious, worried, tired, and most importantly, put your gaze on Jesus. He's just waiting for you to come home. You can repeat it out loud or in your mind. Just for today, I'm at peace. Just for today, I trust. Just for today, I am grateful. Just for today, I work joyfully. Just for today, I am loved. But there's a sixth reminder that I love to add to remind you, Raya, to remind you, my dear listener. Just for today, you are loved. So if you feel cold, you may gently move your body side to side, move your fingertips, move your toes, and open your eyes. Hey, thank you for allowing me to lead you in that short meditation session. I hope you feel relieved, you feel relaxed.
Thank you so much, Ayn, for sharing your time and your energy and your gifts with us. And I look forward to seeing where you will go and your your stories, your new adventures, and all of that. And
Thank
I love you.
Love you. Thank you, Raya, for giving me this, for sharing your platform. No, especially with light workers to reach a greater audience and to share their love for the divine. Thank you. Thank you, Raya.
Thank you.
You are strong, you are beautiful, you are powerful, you are unstoppable, you are kick ass, you are amazing, you are loved, and you are loved. You are beautiful, you are strong, you are kind, you are unstoppable, you are powerful, you are kick ass, you are amazing, and you are loved. You are compassionate, you are kind, you are strong, you are beautiful, you are powerful, you are kick-ass, you are amazing, and you are loved. Yes, you are loved. Let's make miracles together.
Let's make miracles
I want us to
together.
light up this
I want
world.
us to light up this
Humanity
world.
needs us now
Humanity
more than
needs us
ever.
now more than ever.
Please step up to the
Please
call.
step up to the
You are a
call.
pivotal
You are a
piece to
pivotal
the
part
puzzle.
of the puzzle.
Remember that, my dearest light worker. You are not alone. There are many of us light workers around you. Come and find us. Together, let's light up this earth.